So you're always talking about, after such and such happens, I'm going to do this. After this happens, I'm going to do that. When this happens, then that's going to happen, and this going to happen, and blah, 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 blah. You're always looking for something. You're always looking for an excuse to do what you're supposed to be doing in life. Stop making excuses. The thing you're searching for is already in you. Let's talk about it.
I love Brotha T.
How you doing? This is Terry Wilson, aka your boy Brotha T, here with another one. So I'd like to thank you and welcome to the new life tree, where we like to give you little pine cones of wisdom for your motivation and mental health. If you don't know what that is, stick around, stay on the channel, you'll get it. So today I'm going to tell you that it's already in you. What are you searching for? Stop waiting. Get up and do something. Yes, this is one of those episodes where I'm going to spend a nice amount of time just motivating you, giving you a kick in the butt so you can get up and do that thing that you were always supposed to do, that thing that you were born to do, that thing that, you know, if you're religious, God told you to do that you just didn't do because you were afraid to do it and you were making excuses. I'll get to it when I get this, or I'll get to it when this happens and then that happens. I'm gonna go to school a little more for this before I start this business, and just do it. There's nothing to it but to do it. A lot of business people will tell you that the most important thing in business, well, you know, it varies, but what you're going to hear the most from a lot of business, it's successful business people and entrepreneurs, the most important thing in business is to do it. If you're sitting down and you're talking about it and you keep trying to get it together and get it perfect and everything and do this and do that and do this, that, then you never get around to it because of something we call analysis paralysis, right? Or paralysis by analysis, any way you want to put it, right? What you're doing, you're overthinking it. And I have a theory that you're overthinking it because you're afraid. It's fear. You just don't want other people to know it's fear. So you're just making excuses. This. But if you jump out there and you go ahead and you start the business, you'll know right away, even if it doesn't go the way you want. Notice I didn't use the word failure. If it doesn't go the way you want, it's only a failure if you don't take the lesson from it. You have to take the lesson out of everything you do, win or lose. It's only a failure when you don't get the lesson from it. Ultimately, at the end of the day, stop making excuses. Everything is in you. The skills are already there. You just have to bring them out. Now, if you do have to take a course or two, or if you have to go to school, you're just bringing out what's already there, right? You're just learning the terminology. You're learning the proper ways to do things. You're learning certain procedures in whatever industry you're going into. But trust me, if you don't get up and do something, if you stay sitting on your butt, you're going to be like that for the rest of your life. Now, I welcome you to this channel. I welcome everybody to this channel. I don't discriminate. You can be tall, short. You can be fat. You can be skinny. You can be this color, that color, white, black, blue. I don't care. Look. I want all of you to be successful, though. That's the only thing I'm going to discriminate with. I don't want people with a bad mindset that are convinced that they want to be in a bad mindset for the rest of their lives. I don't want you over here. I want people that want better for their lives. I want people that want to improve. I want people that want to get healthy. If you're not healthy now, I want you to get healthy. We're talking mentally and physically, whatever. If you're 400 pounds, I love you. You can stay on this channel. But if you're quite content on being that for the rest of your life, maybe you want to find a different channel, because I'm going to try to motivate you and get you going and get you thinking about things and get you moving and get you to a better way of living your life. We care about you at T's Life Tree. This is true. This is true. That's why I don't care. I put out these videos. If I get 1 view, if I get 1,000 views, if I get 1,000,000 views, I don't care, as long as I can help somebody. You understand? I'm not sitting around making excuses. I'm doing it. Everything I'm looking for is already in me. And whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're looking for is already in you. Stop looking for other people to do things for you. Stop looking towards this person. Oh man, I can only do this if only I had this person to do it for me, or do it with me, or show me. Let me give you a story. So I used to be, I'm still a musician, but it's kind of hobby-ish. You know, I do it for fun now. But I was trying to actually be a musician at one point in time. Then I transitioned and said, you know what? I'll be a music engineer, right? So I went to school for it, got a certificate, everything, right? I'm really an audio engineer. You might listen to my videos and say, we don't hear it. You sound terrible on your videos. Maybe it's because I need to work on my skills, right? I'm just kidding. I know I sound okay at least. But when I was transitioning into being an audio engineer, there was a friend of mine. Well, he was more like an associate at the time. He actually had more experience. He worked at big studios. He worked with artists. I think he worked with Anita Baker for a little while. No, off and on. He wasn't our regular engineer, but he would fill in for other engineers sometimes. And he would work with other artists, well-known artists. And going into transitioning into, starting a studio, I said, man, doing it with him, he knows how to do it and this and that. So I waited on him, and we finally got together and we got a spot together, right? And it went horribly. Everything was terrible about the whole situation, right? The scheduling and everything. And I was working a full-time job at the time, and it was crazy. And I would just drop in every now and then. And what happened was, we had a certain amount of time on the lease, and he just called me out of the blue and just said, hey, I'm moving all my stuff out tomorrow. I'm like, on the phone, what? He said, yeah, I'm moving all my stuff out tomorrow. This happened and that happened. I don't like it. I'm out of here. I'm like, hey, bro, we both on the lease though. I don't care. I'm moving my stuff out. But I'm like, what?
Emotional damage.
When he did that, ladies and gentlemen, I sat there and I said, oh, what am I going to do? Because he has a lot of the experience and this and that, blah, blah, blah. This is the best advice my father ever gave me. I didn't spend a lot of time with my father, but I was spending time with him this day. And what he told me was so profound. It's so simple, but so profound at the same time. He said,
you must unlearn what you have learned.
He said, son, sometimes you just got to do it yourself. I thought about it. I said, sometimes you just got to do it yourself. So simple, but yet so profound. So what did I do? I went up there and I said, okay, he took all this stuff. He stayed true to that. He didn't take any of my stuff. So that was good. So I started, engineering for people, and I would use it for my own musical purposes. It was short-lived. I had a few months on the lease, so I made up for those few months. But it taught me a lesson, even though I didn't do it long-term. The lesson I learned was I was leaning too much on him because of that little experience he had before me, and he worked with big artists, and I thought that added something that I didn't have, when in fact everything was in me, because every thing he did I already knew, especially from my training as an audio engineer. So he didn't show me anything I didn't know. He didn't do anything where I said, wow, oh wow, I didn't know that. No, none of it. He just had the edge on me experience wise, and that's it. But what I'm saying to you is I lean so heavily on that instead of trusting myself. I should have just told myself, hey, I could do this with or without him. If he comes, that's great. If not, great. Instead, I waited for him. When he finally got together, he bailed out for what I still don't know to this day the real reason. But he bailed. Maybe it was the money. Maybe he didn't have the money, the cheese, the cheddar. But I had so much money at the time, I just would have covered us both at the time. But he's probably gonna watch this like, wow. Yeah, I would have covered us both. But the problem is, let me get back to the point so I can wrap it up. See, I'm rambling. The point is, everything was in me. It was already there. Stop waiting for somebody to do it for you. Everything you're looking for, everything you need is already inside of you. All you need to do is bring it out. Do you get what I'm saying? This is the most important video I've ever made. I'm just kidding. I'm being funny. But you get what I'm saying. Everything is there. Just bring it out. A lot of you out there, you know what your talent is. You know what your skill is. Try to use it to better the world. Don't sit on it. Miles Monroe, the famous, motivational speaker who's no longer with us, by the way, he said something so profound one time, and I'm there with him on that. And that if you have skills, if you have a certain talent and you don't give it to the world, you're selfish. I agree with him. You're selfish. Stop being selfish. Stop thinking about yourself and only yourself. Take that skill, take that talent, give it to the world, especially if it can help humanity, right? Don't keep it from people. Give it to the world so we can be a better place. That's it. I'm out of here. This is your man, Terry Wilson. I hope this motivated you. If it didn't, look at some more videos on the channel until I motivate you. Let's get up and do something, family. This is your man, Terry Wilson. Catch you on the next one. Peace.